no secret that SAFEMOON is playing in a league of its own, and its consistent performance even in a bear market shows that it's not a pushover if you are still hoarding your SAFEMOON tokens or want to know whether you should keep doing so in the long run or not. Anyone who is familiar with the DeFi space and has objectively followed SAFEMOON's development for the last year, plus will attest for one fact: SAFEMOON stand head and shoulders above the crowd. Make sure you follow this movie through the very end, since it looks fascinating because these plans have potential to completely transform the SAFEMOON, and the sooner you learn about them, the better. Disclaimer: how are you? I appreciate you seeing the channel. Stick around to the very end of today's video to learn about what the future of the SAFEMOON holds. Before we get into today's news, please make sure to click the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get notified when a new video is posted to the channel. With that said, let's check out today's video. Over the past year and a half, we've seen the development of SAFEMOON's distinctive ecosystem and John Caroni's ideology of return on impact play out in various ways, including a unique tokenomics that rewards holders and inspires. SAFEMOON has stood out from the crowd, in fact. Before we continue, check out this quote from John from a keynote address at the fund launch live in Las Vegas that sums up SAFEMOON's multifaceted vision and explains why it will continue to win in the long run. Experts and market observers all concur that SAFEMOON is one of the few tokens still worth hodling in the bear market, and I'll explain why in a few minutes. He stated in a statement that SAFEMOON uses the blockchain for our ecosystem as the technology engine to connect all of these people, our technologies, and industries together. Our foundation is a technology company that bases, we're engaged in energy, we're engaged in a little bit of real estate, and we're engaged with governments to evolve paradigms. Let's examine the connection between each of these systems now. To start, SAFEMOON stands out as a winner thanks to its cutting-edge technology. All of these are distinct industries that are connected by our blockchain operating system. A SAFEMOON blockchain is being developed. According to John Caroni and the team, we will have cheaper transaction when the SAFEMOON blockchain is ultimately implemented, but beyond that, we will also have faster, easier, and more secure transaction with the blockchain. The blockchain will also provide owners more control over their data, which is related to security. All of them will draw more investors, which will benefit from the project in the long term. SAFEMOON's turbines are another groundbreaking innovation that distinguishes it. The blockchain validation system, the turbines, are a set of statements that will speed up transactions. With these incredible use cases, the turbines will also supply green renewable energy and service cell towers for telecommunication in Gambia. It's obvious that SAFEN will endure for a very long time. The following topic is the SAFEMOON Nest network, which will support the Internet of Things, a vital component of Web3. For those who don't know, SAFEMOON is positioned itself for the upcoming internet revolution and will be at the forefront of this development through this technology, which will help to build future smart cities that are now being developed in some nations. We've discussed a number of intriguing projects that SAFEMOON is currently working on. If these have already blown your mind, make sure to keep watching because we haven't even told the half of it. The IoT also have application in agriculture, which is part of what SAFEMOON's plans to achieve with Operation Pheonix in the Gambia. Don't switch the channel until we reveal two variables that will cause SAFEMOON to experience its biggest growth spurt. Yet, there is another reason why SAFEMOON will survive in the bear market. Safe neighborhoods with a strong sense of belonging exist. The SAFEMOON Army is a community-driven organization that has one of the most robust communities in the DeFi space. We've seen SAFEMOON bearers use their incredible influence and power for good on several occasions. According to John Caroni, the SAFEMOON community model has been and will be a key component of SAFEMOON's effect. Speaking of the SAFEMOON Thrive, Caroni has quoted as noting that the company's large fan base has several benefits, such as potential to access more resources or substitute for traditional labor and spread the word about its product in the marketplace. Ability to directly promote your products, ready-made employment pool that makes you the employer of choice, ready source of ecosystem partners, the return of impact economy rises, and a capacity to implement migration very immediately. One thing we must emphasize about SAFEMOON, it is whale domination with secure moon whale number 7 selling of their holdings, which is evidence that SAFEMOON will be around for a very long time. If you are a holder, you might want to settle down because SAFEMOON is just getting started. Now that SAFEMOON's whale dominance is below 10, it's clear that the community there values conservation. SAFEMOON is the safest and smartest option for investors because no decision or action taken by one large investor will have an adverse effect on the other investors in the ecosystem. As one SAFEMOON supporter noted on the SAFEMOON subreddit, I think this looks healthy for a positive future where anyone checks in what little they had and gets rewarded a rare utilitarian system. But wait, there's more! SAFEMOON's incredible tokenomics contains many safeguards that will help keep its value stable. If you know anything about economics, you probably know the lower the supply of something, the higher its value. Thus, ideally, SAFEMOON can only ever be on the way up with each transactions. These checks make SAFEMOON a true deflationary currency whose supply declines with each transactions. The burn mechanism and the reflections, which reward holders for holding onto their tokens over the long term, are two examples of SAFEMOON deflationary measures. These measures promise to be successful for SAFEMOON because they help to maintain SAFEMOON's prices on upward trajectory, which holders greatly benefited from during their bear market. Moving on, another reason why SAFEMOON remains the token is to outperform its fundamental business model, which is impact-driven. SAFEMOON focuses on social effect rather than the standard technique used by the most traditional organizations to analyze achievements because SAFEMOON's vision centered around charity and the model that I described earlier, return on impact. Okay, good. If you're familiar with the device space, you'll probably notice how most projects eventually run into liquidity issues. Oftentimes, this results in the premature demise of such project, but SAFEMOON has overcome that liquidity hurdle and continues to maintain optimal liquidity. I promise to reveal two huge factors that'll trigger a growth spurt in SAFEMOON in the coming weeks. It's time to find out what these factors are, so let's get started. Basically, SAFEMOON is an automatic liquidity generating and staking protocol, and this function replenishes the liquidity pool from 3% liquidity pool tokenomics. This is a good sign for any DeFi project because when there is enough liquidity, prices are more stable and less susceptible to sudden market movements. In the end, it gives project a stronger foundation on which to grow and even help push. Last but not the least, a benefit of SAFEMOON that many people may not be aware of this is that it receives enormous funding. How is this so good? More information about that will be revealed in this. Where does SAFEMOON's significant funding came from? A realistic assessment of the DeFi market reveals that many tokens, including some of the most well-liked ones in the top 100, once survived the bear market. The issue is that some of them lack adequate funding. SAFEMOON, on the other hand, is unaffected by this. Even though SFM is still a BSC token, until a blockchain is released and one might assume that it wouldn't survive the bear market, it is currently well funded. Its treasury has $50 million and its growth fund has $2 million, not to mention with the help of B1LP and over company wallets that exist. It is in a much better financial situation than when it reached the all-time high. And I hope you had a great time. If you love this video, kindly click the like button and don't forget to leave a comment. This helps me with the YouTube algorithm. If you're a true lover of SAFEMOON, you should watch this video.